Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. I am Diana, and this is Real Talk with Dianis, and I'm super excited. We're back in the game, and we're talking about what to do right after a breakup. And I feel like I've been actually searched this in YouTube, and they're like more like breakup tips and stuff like that, but they didn't give you like what to do after a breakup. And I feel like that's a very sensitive topic, but it's also very important to understand like the different phases and how to go through each one of them. That I've been to two different breakups in like less than a year. And that was my previous video. So if you haven't watched that, go watch that. And this is kind of like an extension of that because I was just like, why is there no video? No video to saying like a step by step of what the is this normal to cry for like 3 hours? We will let you know. So this is the first phase will be time for grief. The second phase is what do I do now without my partner? The third phase will be okay, now I'm single. The fourth, fourth phase is gonna be I'm okay being alone and get back to yourself. Okay, those are gonna be the four chapters of this video. So if you want to skip to some, go ahead. It's gonna be here. But okay, so number one is gonna be time for grief. So literally, if you just found this video and you literally just told your boyfriend or your boyfriend told you like we're done, you just like what? Come, you're more than welcome to have some tea. I have some tea here, and let's get over it. So this is a time that's literally right after, like I said, after the breakup. And this is very delicate time. This grief can be very delicate in the sense of feelings, but it's also very delicate because it could take you a week to get over him, or it could take you a year. And obviously, we don't want to go over a year of grieving about this guy or this girl, but that's why I'm here. Okay? We got you. No worries. We want to get out of this ASAP, but we still want to go through this time to learn all these lessons that I'm going to teach you right now. Okay? So, what is very key about this is actually feeling your feelings and being okay feeling those feelings. Like, it's okay to cry for 3 hours straight. It's okay to be missing him, like, de vez en cuando. But it's like, okay, how you get over that? How you get over that? And that's gonna be the second part, but let's gonna go the grieving part right now. And I'm gonna say grieving because you actually are. I mean, he's not dead or she's not dead, but I will say that because he's not or she's not longer part of your life. And if this was a long relationship, I can totally relate that. And it's gonna be hard to get over that habits that you already created with that partner. And it's very hard to move out of that. But I got you, no worries. We're gonna get over that so very soon. Okay? I'm gonna give you some things that you should do if you are in the grief mood. Mm, like time frame. I don't even know how to call them. Like, yeah, time frame. I'm gonna call them time frame at this point. So the first, I'm gonna give you a couple of them. You don't have to do them as this order. It's just giving you some tips of like, I really want to do that right now, so go do that, okay? So when you're in this phase, then write a list of things that you love and that you hated about your ex. This is gonna help you just mentally not think of like, oh, I remember he did that, but also remember the bad part. Because I feel like the trick here is that you always remember the good right after the breakup, but you don't remember the bad. You're like, no, he was perfect and he was this. And it's like, do you remember how he treated you? Do you remember those bad moments, how he treated you? No, you don't remember that. You just remember the good thing and how he treated you, would bring you flowers or whatever, you know, and that's what we're talking about. So write a list of the things that you love about him and that you hated about him. Oh, I'm just gonna be him because I am a girl, but could be both, okay? Um, so that really did help me just to put it on paper and not think about it all the time. The other one is write a list to your ex, like write a letter to your ex. But here's the key thing. Do not ever in your entire life send it to him. Okay? Just write it. Like the things that you really wish you could have said to him or her, like write it down and say like, I really miss this. I wish we could change this, but it never happened. I know it's not going to happen. Whatever it might be in your scenario, just write it down so it's on paper and you don't have to think about it. I feel like that's super key here. Okay. The other one is write a list of things you're grateful for in this relationship that you had, things that you learned, things that you are grateful that happened in that relationship. And it was better that he did, you know, those things that happened with him were with him and not another person. So be grateful for that. Just write a list. If you're not grateful for anything, then whatever. But at least you have a couple. I know you have a couple of things you're grateful for, so don't say like, yeah, no. I know you do. I know you do. Okay. Um, and then write a list of things you wished your ex changed because we're gonna call him an ex. We're not gonna call him partner. We're gonna call him an ex, a person, a stranger. Well, I'm curious if you don't know, so I'm like that. But you got the point. So write the things that you wished your ex changed. What are the things? I wish he cleaned the dishes. I wish he motivated me more. I wish he went out. I really wanted to go to that pizza place, but we never could. And I wish we actually went to that pizza place, but he, did blah 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 excuses. All of those things, just write them down. Okay. You can pause this video, just write it down, and just like I said, feel your emotions right now so you can let all of the emotions let go. And that's the important thing here in the grieving time frame is letting those out and feeling your feelings. If you don't feel your feelings, you're not going to get over this grief. And this grief is going to take you years to heal. So we're here for healing that así. Okay? The tricky part, the tricky part here is that your brain might look at the good memories when you miss your ex. But now that you have done all of those things that these exercises that we mentioned previously, think also about the bad things. And this could be very controversial in psychology, but I'm telling you that because it actually did help me think about the bad things because it was a balance. There's some good things and there's some bad things. And everybody some has good things and everybody has some bad things. But also remember the bad things, but also remember the bad things and connect them to the reason why you're not with this person anymore. Connect that. Connect with the reason why you're not longer. If he broke up with you, that's another different story, and he might know this like thing. But also connect with the reason, like, no, honestly, it would never work. It will never work out. We tried a million things, but it will never work out. Having those thoughts um and being a little more subjective, this, like I said, this is going to take time, so take your time to do this work and do this mental shift too. So if you think about something good, like, oh, he brought me flowers every Thursday, buy yourself some flowers every Thursday, first of all. Second of all, think about the good thing, and everything, every time you think about the good, connect it with the bad, and then connect it with the reason why you left or he or she left. Okay, with your ex, that you're no longer there. And that you're grateful that you're not longer, so you can move on to another person, and you move on to, that was a very bad advice. Don't move on to another person, but you can move on to yourself. And we're talking about that later on in this video. But like I said, good memory, think about it in a bad way, not that memory specifically, but just think a bad moment that you had with your partner and say, like, you see, will never work out. And then think that it will never work out. And then think about the reason that it will never work out. Like, it's not a miracle, but you know, the reason that you break up. So that's a trick, that's a mind trick that you have to keep repeating yourself over and over again, over and over again. This is like a daily thing. It's not like you do it once and you're like, yeah, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, no, mija. No. I wish it was like that, but it does not work like that, my love. So we're gonna sip some tea and we're gonna get to the other part. But here is another thing that I wanted to go before I go to the next phase, and is always remember the good and always remember the bad. Always have that balance, the good and the bad. Okay? Don't always remember the bad and don't always remember the good. Just remember both. That's it. Okay. Cheers to you, and I hope the best for this moment. And I'm giving you lots of hugs, lots of love that you needed. And I'm here for you. If you have any other questions, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'm here to support you. So, the grieving, like I said, very important, but we don't want to be there for a very long time, like in the sense of years. Okay, the second phase is gonna be what to do. So, the second phase is gonna be what do I do now without my partner? Now that it's like, okay, he is not here anymore, what do I do? Like, what do I do? Like, what do I do with myself? Like, I was depending on him, you know, with XYZ. Now he's not here. How do I, you know, change that and everything like that? I know you have a lot of questions and I know you have a lot of things in your mind, but don't worry, don't worry. This is the perfect time for you to explore and get things that you wanted to do by yourself or with your friends. I'm going to give you an example. Like I mentioned before, I really wish we could go to that Korean place that is right next to my place. But we wanted to do it, we planned it, but it never worked out, and blah, 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 blah. And it was a million excuses, and we tried again and tried again, but it never worked out. So I'm gonna give you here the tip. The tip here is, if you had something planned with him and that did not work out for XYZ reason, or you never did for some reason, go do it. If you wanted to go to the Korean place, go to the Korean place. If he already gave you flowers every week, go give yourself some flowers every week, you know, and change him or her or your partner, your ex, sorry, I'm not gonna say partner, your ex to yourself. Oh, we wanted to watch Lilo and Stitch, but we never could. Go watch it by yourself. Go watch it by yourself. If you wanted to go to that restaurant, go to the restaurant by yourself. If you don't, if you're still scared, like I know it's scary, I'm honestly a little scared of solo dates too. But if you're scared of solo dates, if you're like literally reason them, you're like, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable yet, go with your friends. Say it to one of your best friends, or you say it to one of your coworkers, or whatever it might be. And like, hey, should we go to Lilo and Stitch this weekend and just watch the movie? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I did this a couple of times with my friends, like things that I wanted to do with him but I didn't get a chance to. I did it with my coworkers, and it was amazing because, yes, I really did miss him a little bit at that moment, but it's like I'm okay with him not being here anymore. Okay? And I want you to get to that point. I want you to get to the point, and you get to that point doing those dates with yourself or with your friends or with whatever person, but not dates like romantic dates, but dates like friend dates. Okay, we're talking about friends dates right now. We're not gonna date anybody right now. Okay, we're not. Okay, been there, done that. No, mija, no. Do not go there. Do not go there. Okay, just trust Diana and do not go there. Okay, thank you. The second thing is create a list of the things that you wanted to do with your partner and now go do it with yourself and by yourself or with your friends. Okay? Create a list. I wish I did this, and this, and go plan it. Pay for it, reservations, whatever you need to do. Plan it and do it. Okay? Now I have three I have three trips now. I'm very, very excited about that. But I'm telling you, those things and do it. Do a lot of journaling. This time is for journaling. And also the grief time is a little bit for journaling. But I feel like if journal works for you, and I'm gonna say journaling, but what I really mean when I say journaling, I say grab a notebook and brain dump. I call them brain dumping. Brain dump all of your thoughts. Whatever thing you're like, oh, I really miss this hair and this thing and this thing and this thing. Write it down. Just write it all down. Every day. Write it all down. Actually, that really did help me like move out of the grieving phase to this phase, and 100% recommend. Just because you're in your mind, in the first phase, you're in your mind the whole time. So it's like, how can you get moving out of your mind? Put it in the piece of paper. Talking to a friend, go to therapy. And therapy, I'm gonna do this disclaimer. Everybody thinks it's like a bad thing, but it's actually everybody needs therapy, period. It's not because you're going crazy, it's because you actually need maybe some professional help, and maybe you just need a friend to talk to. And maybe you just need, like I said, doing the actual things that make you move forward. Just little by little, doing those things, moving forward. And I feel like that's the key here in this part two, and what to do without your partner. Do lots of journaling. I like to call it brain dump and just like let it all out. Um, it also will help you not feel as overwhelmed, that you're just like, oh, I'm not gonna miss him, but I need to miss him, blah, blah, blah. And you're like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Just brain dump. Brain dump as much as possible. And like I said, it's still okay in this phase. It's still okay to cry. Still okay to miss him. It's still okay. Okay. Nobody will tell you because, oh, you're still crying for that. That was like 3 weeks ago. It's like, yes, you're still in the phase. So it's okay if it's been a couple of weeks. It's okay. Don't worry, I got you. If you need help, just write it down in the comments down below, okay? Um, so that's really important to get everything that's on your head right now into paper and realizing things that you didn't even realize until you're putting in the piece of paper. Okay? So that's phase two. Phase three is very, very interesting because phase three is where I am right now. And that is okay. I'm okay being single. I'm okay being single. I'm okay being single. I'm okay being single. I'm repeating that so you are okay being single. Okay, if you're in phase three. And this means solo dating. This means going out with friends. This meaning kind of meeting new people, but don't go there yet. I mean, if you feel ready, then go. But I honestly don't recommend that yet. But yeah. This is where you realize that you're single in a good way. You take it slow, going out with friends or by yourself, using this time to do the things that you wanted to do with or without your ex. And this is key. Like I said, this is kind of like the transition area. Okay. super ojo con esto, okay, is when you realize that soltera doesn't mean going crazy and eating everybody. And you know what I mean by eating. um, it means that you are with yourself, with yourself, hombre. And you take control of your life. You take back control of your life. Your doesn't control you anymore. And that is the point that you want to be in. And how you do that? Going out more. Well, I like to go out in general. So if you don't like to go out and you prefer staying at home and you always went out, then stay at home, read a book, do things that you wanted to do that you never had time to do. Now is the chance to do them, mija. um, just don't go to this tricky area of like, okay, now I'm single, I'm a good. It's like, I mean, you could be good, but does not mean you go to dating apps right now. Okay, don't go to dating apps because you're gonna be disappointed and you're gonna meet very toxic people. Experience. Okay, so let Diana be your big sister and let tell you, mija, don't do it. Okay, okay. And what actually happened to me was that I was in this point, and then a lot of guys just randomly, it's not like I was searching for guys or anything like that, just randomly appeared in my life. It's like, hey, let's go out and stuff like that. And this is the chance that you can decide if you want to go out with him or not. This is your choice. Your choice because it's your life, not his life, not your ex's life. It's your life. So you get to decide who you go out with and who you don't go out with. And he seems like a creepy guy, but you're just alone. You're going to go out with him anyway. So this is the thing that we want to all avoid, and avoid everything. Every bad, not bad decision, but just like bad experiences and just avoid those by just choosing what is actually right for you. And right for you can be like, hey, I'm not looking for anything. Do you want to just coffee? And you go back home. Okay? I'm watching you. Okay. And then, like I said before, it doesn't, if a guy from random reason appears in your life, not an ex, okay? We're not talking about an ex. We're talking about a random guy that he seems very genuine, seems very nice, no sé qué. You have to decide if you want to go out with him or not. You decide. You can say no. And I've said no to a couple of people. And it's okay to say no because saying no actually means that you're more in your power. You're more in your power. And we want that, babe. We want that. We want that. Okay? We want that. We want that. Um, and like I said before, don't get into a loop of like just filling up that gap of like, oh, we, went to pizza every Friday and now I'm dating this guy because I wanted to go pizza. It's like, no, no, sister. You want to go with your friends or alone to the pizza place. Okay? Gracias. It's your choice and nobody else's choice. I know you're gonna miss the cuddles, you're gonna miss the kisses, you're gonna miss the talking for 5 hours straight, but no, you're gonna talk to yourself for 5 hours, you're gonna give yourself some kisses, and you're gonna cuddle with yourself. Okay? For now. Believe me, for now. Okay? This is slowly getting to your power. And then the fourth phase, I don't want this video to be so long. And the fourth phase is being okay being alone and going back to yourself, going back to who you were when you even before you started this relationship, this thing that was in the past. Obviously, ojo con esto, is learning from that experience, okay? And that's what we need the journaling for, because you learn from your experiences of like, remember the time that he did that and that happened and that, and then I cried for like 20 hours. Maybe I should not accept that anymore, right? Those type of things you're not gonna learn until you write them down, or you even talk to a therapist, or you talk to a friend. You're like, yeah, learning from those experiences, okay? So going back to yourself, fourth phase, fourth, I'm like, why am I showing three? Going back to yourself. At this point, this is the decision point. You're responsible and you choose yourself to be with someone or not. This is the time. Do you want to be with somebody or do you not want to be with somebody right now? Like I said, you're not even depending on the old habits anymore of your ex. You're not depending on anything else but yourself. It's your life and it's your choices that you decide. So if you want to decide if you want to go with dates with guys, go. If you decide like, I just want to take some time to be more solo dating and, meeting new people, but doesn't mean anything in the sense of like relationship. It's just me. I want to have new friends and everything like that. That's totally fine. But this is your choice, and I'm giving you the choice so you can choose. Choose whatever you want, but choose wisely, okay? No me jodas. So choose wisely, okay? Um, like I said before, this does not mean you have to go look for a relationship like right away. If you feel like going to a relationship, go back to my video that I had of the 10 lessons of a breakup. Good tips of relationship too, so just go watch it. um and doesn't mean to go into a relationship right away, okay? It means to take it slow. What do you want to do? What kind of relationship now you're expecting? Everything like that I talked in my last video, so go watch the last video. So do that after this video, okay? And it's very important, like I said, your priority is yourself. Your priority is not going out with that guy. Okay. I'm just going to make that clear. And then also getting back to your routine, a routine that you always wanted to go back to, aligning your goals, what you want to do in life, taking action towards those goals, all of those things, you are in charge and you have plenty of time to do them. So, because you don't have an ex, or you have an ex, sorry, you have an ex, so you have plenty of time. Okay. And that is the last phase. I'm gonna leave it at now, but I'm just gonna give you a big tip before I leave. Is pick Tip number one is the phase three, the soltera, and being alone and bringing back to yourself. You're not comfortable with being alone. Hence, you're not going to get into another relationship. Okay, let me explain. If you're comfortable being alone, you're not going to look for a relationship that fills you because you're already filling up your cup. Up, no me voy a chorrear. Up your cup, literally. Okay. So you're not depending on anybody else to fill up your cup. Okay. You're filling up your cup yourself. And that is the key to loving yourself, putting yourself first, always, 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 no matter what the situation is, always. Okay. We're not going to be egoistic here. This is self love. Okay. I hope this video helped you with this breakup that you're going through. I'm giving you cheers with some tea. I hope this really helps you. Let me know in the comments down below if you need any other questions or concerns or need help with something very specific. I'm here to help you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.